Everyone. I am so happy that I'm here getting a video on today. I apologize for not having a video yesterday, Monday. Usually when I do a video the day before. I record it the day before for the day after. So Sunday I had all the intentions of getting a video for you, but we had rain. Would you believe we haven't had rain June 1st in over 100 years? That's the desert, but we had rain and we went early to see the kids and we got caught up and we didn't get home until 5 o'clock. And I know y'all probably don't even want to hear any of this, but I'm just letting you know what happened. And I have been working on getting ready for the blog hop, which is on Friday for AngeldreamCraftsKim. So I have been working hard to get my projects done. And I can't show that on camera because then there's no surprises. So Friday, we will not do index cards, but we will do index cards on Saturday. Now, this video today that you are seeing was made yesterday around 3 o'clock. And I have to let you know that I had Mohs surgery Monday morning, and I didn't think this was going to get done. I wasn't even going to share that. I had this little tiny like pinpoint area on the side of my nose that they said it came back positive for, I think they call it squeamish. First time in my life I've had anything like that. And so I knew a month ago this appointment was coming. I didn't think it'd be anything. I thought they'd go in, they'd take a punch, and they'd check it, it'd be fine. They'd put a Band-Aid on me and I'd come home. I look like I was in a car accident. They didn't take a punch. They told me you're going to have stitches. And I thought, okay, well, I'm probably going to walk out with maybe 2, 3 at the most stitches. No, I have 8. I have 8. This thing, when I looked in the mirror, you couldn't even see it. You couldn't even find it. It's up on the upper side of my nose. And I was just flabbergasted. So I've got this humongous bandage on and I can't take it off until tomorrow. So when you're seeing this video, it will have come off. I'm either going to be passed out on the floor when I look at myself, or I'm going to be, that's it. Well, 8 stitches, but there's stitches inside and stitches on the top. So I have no idea what I look like, but I know I'm not going anywhere. And I didn't really sleep well the night before because it was an 8 o'clock appointment, had to be there early, and I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know, you don't sleep well the night before because, am I going to wake up on time? Am I going to, I need to do this, want to do that. So anyway, I know I'm rambling on. Let's get to it. I know that there's many of you that don't like to hear stories, and then there's many of you that love to hear stories and want to know everything that's going on. So I'm trying to find the happy medium, and I've gotten to the point, guys, where I don't care. If I'm telling a story and you don't want to hear the story, it's okay. You can move on. You can fast forward. It's fine. But there's enough of you out there that want to know everything that, I'm sharing. So I'm pretty sore. It kind of burns, and I know this is the hardest day. Hopefully tomorrow when I can wash it, and it's just going to be better. But let's share this because I haven't done tea bags in a long time, and I've done some tea bags for AngeldreamCraftsKim, so you're gonna see it. But I had everything out, and I'm like, let's do some tea bags. I am going to put this inside the tea bag. I am doing one tea bag that's vintage, and one tea bag this is how they come. So you can see they take tea, coffee, whatever really well. Now, unless you want to, these are going to be tag holders. So unless you want to close them up, you're going to have to put a silicone spatula or paper or something down there, because I'm going to be using the 3-in-1, the Beacon, which is like Fabri-Tac, Fabri-Fix. And if you don't have something to block the front from the back, then you're going to glue it shut. So this is what I'm doing. And one of the things I got, if you remember, if you watched the reveal from the AngeldreamCraftsKim, I had fabric. And what I am going to do is we're going to glue this fabric down to the front. And if I do that, that's going to go right. I think I'm going to use this side here. So what I'm going to do is put this on, and this is probably going to be better like this. And I'm going to tear, because I want all of that shred. So I am just ripping this. And I love this. Just love taking all these strings off. Now, I think it's Roxy from AngeldreamCraftsKim. Roxy Art is what I always have their YouTube channels in the description box. Roxy Art, pretty sure it's Roxy Art. And she keeps all her threads, all of them. And, you know, a few years ago when I saw people doing it, could have been 5 years ago, I don't know. I started keeping my threads too. And I keep the threads and keep the threads, and you watch the creators. If you go over to Roxy's channel, she does all sorts of cool things with her threads, and I found out I didn't do anything with my threads, so I don't keep the threads. Roxy probably would love these, but no, I don't keep them. So if you keep your threads, these are great threads to keep. This is kind of like burlap without being burlap. It's cotton, but it's heavy, and you can see it's got a light weave to it, so it does this beautifully, and I love it. You don't have to worry about it continue doing that, because we're going to put the glue down, and the glue is going to stop any of this from happening. So out with that, not interested. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to do the same thing right here. I am going to, and I'm going to go hit the sofa right after this video, because I am tired. Okay, and you're going to have more strings when you do this. You can just go as deep as you want, however you want, depending upon what your fabric is. And I only have in my shop one fabric journal cover left, so I think I'm gonna have to be making some journal covers. All right, that's upside down. I kind of like that though, but I think we're gonna use this. So let's see here. Then we're going to do the white one. Should be the same size. I think these are like 2 by 3.5. I will measure them in just a second. We're going to tear where this fold is. And we can put this to the side. We don't need that. And take this out. So I hope everybody's doing well, but I am really hoping things can start getting pretty much back to normal for me, and I can start getting some more videos done. The problem is, when I'm up here now, I'm up here creating my journal kits. And you know, when you're doing, when you're making 10 journals, that's a lot. It takes a lot of time. So I haven't been in here creating like I used to be, because my time is going into that. So we got a 2 3/4 is what this is, and you can find these usually on Amazon. Just look for fabric tea bags by 3 and just 1/8 over a half, because these are usable tea bags. You can put loose tea in them and use them. That's the whole idea. So we are going to glue these down, and what you're going to see me do is go across the top. And if you want to be able to close your tea bag or pull your strings, then you're going to want to watch what you do here. I don't care about that because I'm putting tags in here, so I'm not closing any string. I'm not worried about that. But as I said that, I just kind of came out with an idea, and before I share it, I'm going to have to try it out. So not a lot of glue. You don't need a lot of glue, but go around your edges because you do want to stop the fray from happening. So then what I'm going to do is just take this and do what you would expect me to do. Put that on this tea bag and then just kind of push down around the edges, and you can see the fraying is going to stop because you've got glue there. There's nowhere for it to go. And then I just kind of check and make sure I'm not gluing it to this plastic piece here, and I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to pull this fray out. So the same thing, and then the fun begins, because there you're going to get, now if you don't have fabric, you don't want to do fabric, get your paper out. It's the same process. You can do the exact same thing I'm doing and do it with your cardstock. Absolutely. So this is a great make for your scraps. Get your scraps out. And if you don't cover the whole thing, don't worry, because I'm playing with lace today. I am. I've got all my Angel Dream laces out here to the left of me, and I just decided, we haven't done one of these in a really long time. That's what the back looks like. You can see it's not stuck, but we're going to work off of this plastic ruler thing. So we're just going to keep on keeping on, and we're going to get our laces. We're going to decide what we want. I've got 2 little tags here that I know will fit, so that's good. And we're going to have a go. And I may pick up, the bulk of what I use is probably going to be from Kim's shop, but this is not a Kim's video, so I might have something else here. And if I do, I will tell you. I'll let you know if it's not Kim's lace. Oh, I kind of like that, but I wonder, maybe on the white one. So let's flip this over because I like that, and I think I might. And this is Kim's, this fabric is Kim's, and this is Kim's. So I think, look at something as simple as that, but it's not enough. So I still have all my stuff here from when we created tickets. So I've got some lavender from Kim, 2 different types of patterns. I've got this. I have this gorgeousness here, but that's not gonna work. I've got this beautiful piece. You can see I've already been chomping on this one a bit. And I've got, maybe this one here was the full. This is what it looks like. And you can see I've already been into this. So, ooh, I think I do like that. I think I do. Let's see. That is pretty. And it just goes to show you, you don't always have to have a ruffle at the bottom. But let's just make sure that we don't end up thinking, I wished I had put the ruffle at the bottom. So let's reverse this, because that looks good. And see. No, you know, I do think I like the ruffle at the top. This is the last little piece of this beauty that I have. So let's see. Nope. Nope, nope. We're going to do this. We're just going to put this down. We're going to get this done. Okay. So I'm going to put just a little bead of glue up here. Now, if you wanted to hand stitch this, you could. We're just making little pockets that are holding, that are going to hold a tag, 2 or 3, however many you want. And let's see where we want to cut this off. Being careful trying not to cut our string. Let's cut this. Let's go for this. So this is, like I mentioned, this is an AngeldreamCraftsKim lace, ruffle lace right here. And then we are going to, I think it took 3. And I think I will keep a piece of this greenery on here. Now, Charlotte, if you had scissors to cut, that would be wonderful. Put a little glue on here. So I hope everybody's doing well. And, you know, I'm doing well. I just had a little blip in my life. Just a little blip. And she was telling me that this type of whatever they found, 1 in 100 is an issue. And she says you don't want to be that one, and so it's best to get it taken care of. And so we did. And hopefully I will never have another issue again. My husband has had Mohs surgery like 4 times. I mean, it is bad, but that's heredity too for him because his mother was always in. So, okay, you can see on this one too, you can see the tea bag. If that bothers you, it doesn't bother me, but if it did, I probably have got little pieces here that I have cut. I probably would somehow create a little something. Let's see how that would look. Let's just do it so that you can see what I'm talking about. So we're just going to pretend that this just bothers the heck out of me. I can't handle it. And I just want to cover this up. And I have that little piece. So I'm kind of guessing where it's going to go. And we're going to go this way. Yeah, I'm kind of guessing. And I'm going to put it down like that. And so it covers that. We've got it out into the background, and then if I wanted to, I could do another, and I'm like, do I want to? Well, the good thing about doing it is that I've gotten rid of those 2 pieces and won't have them in my stash, but I don't know that I need it, and so I could save it for something else, and I think I will. So we're going to cut this. This is on netting. This is one of the great things about getting appliques And then if I use this, I've got this great piece left right there. Look at that. I mean, it's beautiful. So we're going to take this piece now, and because we're gluing, I am keeping it. I'm working with it on this. I'm thinking we lift up our ruffle just a little bit. And see how you can't see that there? But I think I want it. Yeah, I think we're gonna go like that. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm not real sure where to put the glue, I'm gonna do this. So my grandkids, Reed and Jenna, are gone this week on a church function. So Allie has her parents all to herself, which is wonderful. Let's see, I put glue down here, but I didn't need it. So hopefully I should be on camera. Everything should be good. So I'm going to glue this down a little bit. And then when you've done this, this is when you want to get your little ephemera pieces out, your charms, your pearls. See what you want to add. To make it special, your ribbons for bows, things like that. Now these, if you're sitting there saying, what in the world are you going to do with that? Well, you're going to use this as a pocket in a journal. You could glue it down onto a page, or you could just slip the whole little tea bag in a pocket. You could give this as Happy Mail because it's cute as can be. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what? I really like it, but it's missing something. So this is when I would come in and I could cut another little piece, put it up on the top, but it covers so much of the ruffle and I don't want to do that. I could cut a flower, a little rosette off of here, add a little bit more. I don't think I want to do that, but I found, and yes, I've probably had this for 10 years, and yes, you've heard me talk about that a lot. I could take some of this chenille, and this is by Close to My Heart, and I believe Close to My Heart has closed. I don't believe they are in business any longer. So we're going to try this. If we don't want to use it, that's okay, but let's give it a whirl and see. You know, if we don't want to use it, we could use it on something else. I think that's really cute. So you know what? We're going to clip this. This is when, now I typically, to adhere this, would use my hot glue gun. But because we're here together today, I'm not going to plug the hot glue gun in and wait for it to melt. So we're going to go ahead and use our beacon glue and keep our fingers crossed that it stays where we want it to be. And I think we're going to put it right there. And yes, it is going to, or do we want, ooh, maybe we want it right there. Okay, let's do that. So a little bit of glue. And we're going to come off the side. We're going to offset it. And I think I'm probably going to have to hold it for a second. And while I'm holding it, I will think about what we're going to do with this one. So I have these beautiful hearts, but that's a bit big. I mean, it would work. We could do it, but I don't think we're going to do that. And this is the antiqued looking one. So let's see what we've got here. We've got that beautiful trim. We want to stay with something that's antique looking. I've got this, although this is not Kim's. And, ooh, I've got this little piece here. And let's see, what else? Do we want to go pink? Because I've got that. I think we can do something with that. Let's see. And maybe this, not this. So, and probably not this. But let's check this out. Ooh, and I've got this piece. Now, this is not Kim's. So, I think that's probably good enough. And I think I can take this off. And look at how cute, guys. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy this? And you could go ahead and you could back this with paper if you wanted to. You would put it on something, put something in here so that, again, you wouldn't close it up. You could back this with paper. You could glue this down. Wouldn't that be pretty? Just beautiful on a in a lavender journal on a page. Really, really pretty. But I do have a couple tags here that will fit, so we'll get to that in a minute, because I'm gonna set that here and let that dry. We are going to distress those tags. So let's get an idea now for what we want to do with this one. You know, I feel when I'm talking today, I am coming up with this is a part of me that I've had my whole life. Wherever I have moved to, I pick up whatever accent is around wherever I'm living. And when we lived in Texas, people used to say to me when we moved back to California, I can't figure out where your accent is coming from. But that's because it's a mishmash of all over the world. And it's kind of a curse because it changes, and it isn't anything I can help. I have to make a conscious decision to not say certain words. But I have been on TikTok listening to this woman, Dolly Day. If you're on TikTok, she's in her 50s, or she's just 50, and she lives in Alabama. And I have been binging her videos, you know, because they're only like a minute or two. And she's been dating. And so the more I listen to her, the more it shows itself. And I'm like, Dolly, I have to break up with you because, honey, this is not working. So if you're hearing a twinge of something, I apologize, because that's what's happening. Not it just happens. So anyway. Yeah, probably way too much information for you today, but this is how it is with me today. Ooh, 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 look at that. But I don't want to cut that in half. That's not going to work. That won't work for me because this lace is so pretty. I don't want to lose it. Now I could do that, but then we've got this. That's not going to work for me either. So as much as I like this, it's another day for that. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, what if that is super pretty? And what if, but I don't like that. So what if, there's a lot of what ifs going on. What if, can't see it, that's a waste. See, I'm bound and determined I'm going to use that. But that's not going to happen. So I like this, but it's pretty plain. Now, we could dress it up. We could come in here and we could dress this up. Maybe that's what we ought to do. Let's dress it up. Or, what would this look like? I could do that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. How about, what if we stuck with that? And what if I pulled over some of this. And then what if, yeah, let's do that. And I'm just not gonna let that band. Typically I would find something, and I know I've got something, but I'm not gonna go over rooting around. Typically I would put something over this line here. Why? I don't know. I don't know. It just looks to me like it's not finished. And so if I had bling sitting out here, you know, bling would work. I might come back off camera and add something because I know it's going to annoy me. It may not annoy you, and that's good, but I don't know. It looks unfinished, and that bothers me. So I might be able to ignore it, maybe add a couple buttons. Well, let's get rid of this too because that just looks unfinished. Man, I'm lucky I can even put glasses on, guys. Make sure we're not sticking. All right, and then let's look at this and see if I really want to do that. No, no. Okay, I don't want to lose that big flower. It's too beautiful. I think I'm going to stick down here to this. So see this? I'm thinking we might be able to come in, cut this like this. Cut this. The tiniest bit left. Did we get it? Oh, there we go. So let's see if that's going to be enough. Now look at that. Do I want to go this way? I like that, but oh, I think I like that. Ooh. Okay, I think, and I don't have, I had this color ribbon over here, and I think I put it away. So let's do this. Let's make a decision. And get some glue on here. Don't need a lot, just enough to kind of hold it down because you don't want it flopping up. You don't want it catching on anything. And I'm going to go right between that, and that's going to kind of hold that down. I like the way that looks. And now I'm wishing I had my ribbon over here. Ooh, I think that's so pretty. Let's see. Ooh, I think I will. And then I have got, I think this might be too dark. Let's do a bow. Just kind of playing today, guys. But it's fun. Cut this off. And if I put this here, I wouldn't have to worry about that, would I? But I don't want to hide. There's no point having something like this on here if you're going to hide it. I mean, what are you doing then? What's the point? If I put that there, I don't know that I like the pink, but I do have a natural color that I think I might prefer. So this one's not going to get finished. This one's going to get finished off camera, but I'm definitely going to do, and I want to hot glue this. I definitely am going to do the rose. So let's do the tags, and there will be a ribbon here and the rose, but the ribbon is going to be the natural color. So let's take our 2 tags here and get out our, these are tags from a pattern from a seller I have had for a very, very long, oh, probably 10 years or longer. It could be Art Cult. I'm not positive. And I rounded the corners, and I'm just going to go just the tiniest little bit, and I want to show you why I'm doing it. Let me do this one, and then I'm going to compare the two, because sometimes, in my opinion, when you ink a tag, it just comes to life versus one that isn't. Now, there's nothing wrong with this one, but to me, this shows up way more than this one. So that's why we're doing this. And I'm kind of doing it away because you can see I haven't replaced my dauber. And you know what that means. The good old S word. So okay, so we can put this away. We're done with that. And we're going to take this one, and I think I am going to put, this has got some pinks and blues in it. I think this is going to go in there. And I might add a ribbon there. I think it'd be prettier with a ribbon. But it fits in there nicely, see that? But I think, yeah, I think we should put, oh, Charlotte, let's just do it. Let's do the one, where is my, and we will use chenille. The same color that we used that, because how pretty is that going to be? So let's cut that and put a hole. I'm not going to worry about an eyelet. I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. We're going to use the smallest hole right in the center. And we're going to do one of our little loop-de-doos. Man, I am tired, guys. I apologize if this is just a wackadoodle. But it is, you know, this is my life right now, and so there's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. Hopefully you're enjoying the make, and hopefully you're enjoying the stories. You sit there and go, I'm glad it's not me. Okay, so, oh, guys, look at how pretty this is. Oh, my goodness. I think I am going to be putting tea bags in one of the kits. I have been thinking about it, and yeah, I think tea bags is going to go in one of the kits. So here is the other one, and I think I might, ooh, it's pretty close, but I'm afraid maybe I will go with this pink. Let's just do it. Even if this has a natural ribbon, I think we're going to be really good. So let's punch a hole. And hopefully I can get these through here and not mess this tag up. I do not want to do that. That's the thing about not using an eyelet, is you can tear your tag. And that's not what I want to do. So let's see what we've got here. We can do this and be gentle. I could just knot it. That works too. But of course I'm not. I'm not knotting it. I might have to because this is not working. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to tear this. And sometimes too, when you go ahead and you use an eyelet and you use seam binding like this, a lot of times too, you can, when the hole is little, you shred your seam binding. So you got to watch out for that too. All the little tricks of the trade that it's nice to mention, because you never know. And I think we only need the one, and then if we wanted to, we could hang like a little birdcage charm or something. How cute would that be? So this is not finished, but I'm going to show you what it is going to look like. So there's our little tag, so cute. And we are going to put that there. Yeah, we could get our buttons out. That is cute though too, isn't it? Let's see. I don't know. I just really prefer that to be there with a bow. So I'm going to leave it like that. I may end up putting that color on there, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with a natural color. So, and I may cut the tails a little bit shorter. We'll see. It's a little bit, I don't want to cover up the aesthetics of that lace, but there's our make today, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I am so happy I got her done and I got a video for you, because the videos are few and far between, and I apologize for that. But like I said, hopefully things will start looking up and my time will be more myself, but for myself. But a lot of work goes into the journal kits, and y'all are loving them, and so it's worth it to me to put that work in. But I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Big hugs, everyone. Bye.